was in homicide for over 25 years, so during that time I did arrest a few serial killers. You don't know where they're going to strike or how they're going to strike. In many cases, they're strangers to the people that they kill, so that makes it even more difficult to try to figure out who they are. But if you're hunting a serial killer, you know for a fact that that serial killer is going to kill again. You know, not if, but when. She was lying on her back, she was naked, she was exposed, she was clearly displayed. The soles of her feet were pressed together, her legs were spread out. She had her head turned to the side. She had been shot one time in the side of the head. The killer had to take the time and effort to do that. So when you do something like that, you're doing it for a reason, whether for sexual gratification or whatever your psychopathic reason is, that you do that. And I've seen serial killers do that. And it was my belief at the time that we were dealing with a potential serial killer situation. We determined that there was some video available from the different businesses around where Sara's body was found. And we saw one particular truck coming in into the truck stop and then coming out of the truck stop 16 minutes later. We noticed no purchase was made during that 16-minute window. There was no food purchase, there was no fuel purchase, no purchase of any kind made. So we have no logical explanation as to why that particular truck went into this truck stop. I banged on the door, had my badge out, and I said, "Do you mind coming out? I'd like to speak to you for a minute." His shirt was opened all the way. He had on no shoes. He had just socks. He showed me a driver's license. Had the name of Bruce Mendenhall on it. I said, "When was the last time you were in Nashville?" He says, "Last time I was here was May of 2007. He said that there's a lot of yellow trucks like this. I said, "I know, you're probably right." But I heard this little voice say to me, "Don't let him leave without looking in the truck." And I said to him, I said, "Do you mind if I look in your truck?" So you just can't jump up there and look in his truck. He's got to give you verbal permission, verbal consent, which he did. And I began to look around. Just a quick cursory look. I noticed some black electrical tape. I noticed there was a trash bag in the back. I looked down in it and I noticed it was full of blood. There was a lot of napkins in there that were wet, had what appeared to me to be fresh blood. Our victim was killed on June the 25th, early morning hours of June the 26th. This is July the 12th. I felt pretty confident that it was not our victim's blood. I said, "Bruce, can you explain the blood that's in this bag?" So he began to tell me that getting in and out of the truck, he cut his leg. Could be, maybe. So I asked him at that point to show me the cut on his leg. And he pulled up his pant leg and showed me nothing. Well, as I'm looking in the bag, I'm able to see women's shoes, women's clothing, a cell phone. We had enough blood in the truck to determine that this victim is indeed dead. There was a lot of blood. The only thing missing, of course, was the body. I said, "Bruce, is there a weapon in this truck?" He said, "Yes." "The .22 rifle?" Well, that's precisely what we've been looking for, the .22 rifle. We placed him under arrest because we knew he had killed somebody. And I was able to find all that evidence that linked him to 8 different homicides. Bruce Mendenhall was convicted of killing Sara Hulbert here in Nashville, Tennessee. He got sentenced to life on each case. It's absolutely possible that Bruce Mendenhall, in addition to the 8 that we already know that he's committed with this one trucking company, it's very possible that he's involved in other homicides that we have yet to make the connection with. I've been involved in other investigations that involve truck drivers that are serial killers, or people connected to truck drivers. A truck driver can kill somebody in Nashville and be 3 states away before the body's even found. He shot these 2 victims a total of 12 times. I think they were killed fairly quickly. The reason why I say that is because inside the cooler is an alarm, a silent alarm that you can hit right away. I suspect if they were in there for any given time, they would have hit that alarm. But they never touched it. I suspect they were in there and they're probably killed almost instantly. He shot 3 victims in the head, and then the 4th victim, he ran out of bullets. He took out a large knife and began to stab him, and actually stabbed him 17 times. He thought he killed him, and he probably should have died, but he was able to survive that. It was very, very difficult for everybody involved, for me personally, and for any other detective involved in this case, because you literally gave, day after day after day after day. You never set it down. We were even staking out fast food places in the event that we felt like he might hit again. Everybody was scared to death because had no idea who this was. I vividly recall standing that day, shaving, getting ready for work, and I heard some discussion on the news about Baskin Robbins in Clarksville, and the employees were missing. And I recall walking in front of the TV, looking at it, and my gut instinct said, this is going to be connected. I just had that feeling. We went to the Baskin Robbins. The girl still had not been found. The door was locked. I was up there probably 20 minutes, and they said they found the victims. They were at a park, maybe a mile away from the business, and both girls had been stabbed and had their throats cut. Between fingerprints, witness identification, and DNA from Baskin Robbins, we were able to develop Paul Reid as a suspect in all 3 of these homicides. Paul Reid was sentenced to death on all 7 cases. He got sick and died on death row in 2013. When I got to the crime scene, which was the Esquire Motel, I recall it being room number 23, and Donna Baycott was found deceased, lying on her back on the floor. The crime scene look struck me as possibly being serial killer related. I began to make inquiries with other agencies all around the area, and I eventually made connection in Cincinnati, Ohio. They had a homicide that was similar in nature. Both of our victims had pillows over their faces. I thought that was interesting. My victim was at the hotel. The suspect had signed in as being from the state of Texas. The suspect on the Cincinnati case also signed in as being from the state of Texas. We had a partial fingerprint we found, and I sent it to Texas as well as 7 or 8 other states. They don't know who the person is, but we know we're dealing with the same person. After a 1-year-long intense investigation, a year, every single day, we finally identified Michael Scott Magliola. He was arrested in Jasper, Texas on a DUI. So I flew to Texas and we interviewed Magliola. Speak to him for probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and then he began to confess. Magliola confessed to killing Ida Mae Bladen in Cincinnati, Ohio, and then shortly after that he killed Donna Baycott in Nashville, Tennessee. And then he said that he also committed the homicide, which we had no idea about, in Hammond, Louisiana. Michael Magliola confessed to a local news reporter that he killed 12 people, and I have no reason to doubt that. He's still alive and he's serving life in the Nashville State Penitentiary. The satisfying for me about catching a serial killer is you stop that person from killing, because serial killers don't stop killing until they're arrested or until they die.